everyone, it's Tundi here again from Solistic Touch, or in different words, Tundi and
Alan.
From Tundi and Ellen TV, sponsored by We Are Staying Alert. Woohoo! We are staying alert. Okay, before I started the video, I washed my hands, and now with the help of my lovely assistant, I'm going to sanitize them as well. Thank you, my lovely assistant. Just going to go up to the elbow as well, because that was a bit too much sanitizer in my hands. At this point, as a disclaimer, I would like to say that reflexology is not promising to cure anything, but it can help the body to rebalance itself, and that's how we are going to feel more relaxed. So if you have any undiagnosed medical conditions, I would like you to go and seek medical help. Right, today's topic idea I stole from Natalie because she done the boosting of the immunity with hand reflexology. So I was thinking, how about boosting the immune system, the immunity with ear reflexology? As Natalie said, there are different ways we can be doing this. We can be eating as much fruits and vegetables as we can. We can take regular walks outside in the sunshine. If we are lucky enough to have at home a garden, we can go out in the garden and do some gardening, or go out and read a book, enjoy a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with this book what we are reading. So we could do a lot of other things as well. I myself, I'm taking some vitamins and food supplements as well, what were prescribed specifically for me by a qualified therapist. So I've done a little research into this topic, and I realized that there is no one protocol boosting the immune system in the book from where I'm working from. So I read somewhere that the immune system is not a single system, and to function well it needs harmony and balance. I researched different protocols from my book, and I came up with these points what I'm going to show you today. There are some points what we already worked on with other protocols, and some of them they will be very new to you. So I will explain in a few minutes about the points what we are going to do. So I was concentrating on putting together all these points what have anti-inflammatory responses or helping with immunity issues. That being said, I would like to bring in again my lovely assistant and show the points on the paper chart as we normally do. Okay, so here are today's points to help to boost our immunity. Right, so we already worked on the apex of the ear. What is here? Up at the top of the ear, sort of in the middle there. So the apex of the ear is helping any anti-inflammatory disorders, and it has an analgesic effect as well. Then we worked already on point 0. Well, we know that point 0 is sort of the midpoint for everything, starting point for everything. Shenman, what is the helper point for everything? We already worked on the adrenal gland as well beforehand, but today I would like to just reiterate the fact that the adrenal gland has to do with our fight or flight response. So working the adrenal gland can have anti-inflammatory and anti-allergic properties as well. Then we worked the spleen beforehand as well. What is there? Well, the spleen has to do with our blood flow and our immunity again. Right, so the next point, they're like a group of points, so they start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. They are the helix points, these 6 points are very good for all upper respiratory tract infections, tonsillitis, pharyngitis and fevers. It clears the heat and resolves the toxins. it dispenses this. They dispense the swelling and relieve pain. They can be very helpful if somebody has influenza, if somebody has arthritis. As we know, arthritis is an autoimmune disease, so it could be at these points can be very, very helpful. And I did work on a lady. I think it was October time last year. She was having a persistent cough for weeks and weeks after, you know, having had a cold. And I did take out my book and I looked at the protocols what I could have used, and I seeded up the helix points, all 6 of them. If I remember well, the first 4 were quite sensitive on her ear. Not the latest 2, the 5 and 6. But I can tell you that in a few days' time, she got rid of her persistent cough. Okay, so these are today's points from the chart. Also, I would like to explain now the fact why I needed the geometry set. Because all these points, all 6 of them, they are in 30-degree angle from point 0. So if we check from helix 6, point 0 is 30-degree angle, then is that 30-degree angle? Yeah. Helix 5 is 30-degree angle. I'm not very good with math, so please do excuse me. Alan is the one who is very good with math, so he actually done the calculations for me. So helix 4 is 30 degrees, helix 3 and 2 and 1 as well. Okay, so I will show you the points now on the plastic ear. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, so it's me back again in the therapist chair, or client chair as I call it today. Here is my ear, my plastic ear, and I did put all the points what are relevant for today. I put them on. My plastic ear is not very good. I nearly sent it back because actually I discovered it with this lady when I seeded her up in October, that it doesn't contain helix 5 and 4 points. It does contain only 4, 3, 2 and 1. So I nearly sent it back to China. I think it came from China. Right, so let's start from massaging our ears from apex of the ear. Let's go around today. So massage it really, really well there. Oh, the seed is coming off. There. And then try to locate helix 1. What is here? Massage it really, really well. And then helix 2. Helix 3. As I said, helix 3 is nearly aligned with point 0 there. So if you can't work out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, start from the bottom, from helix 6. Oh, where is helix 6? There. And then try to locate helix 3. What is there? Sort of in line with point 0. As I said earlier, my math is rubbish, so do apologize if I'm not explaining it properly. So yeah, then 3.4, helix 4, massage that as well really well. 5 and 6. Then if we go inside the ear, there's point 0 there, and the spleen, and then the last point is the adrenal point, just here, there. Okay, And now I will bring in my lovely assistant and I will show all this to you on his ears as well. Just bear with me a second. Okay, here we are. Alan is in my chair, my client chair. Right, today I actually marked out the points so I can properly see them with a red pen. What I would normally do when I would be working on a client, I would be using my probe, my ear probe, and just probe those points around. And that's how I would know that that's where I need to, put the seeds on. So if we start from helix 1, what is here, and massage that really, really well. So that's helix 1. Then going down a fraction, there's helix 2. They are very close together, so you don't need to go down a lot. That's helix 3. Helix 4. Helix 5. And helix 6, just at the tip of the earlobe there. And just circle them around. Can you feel anything? I can see them going a bit red.
It's quite real. I mean, to be honest, it's really relaxing actually.
That's good then. Good to hear that. Right. And then if I push this hair away, there's the apex of the ear on the top. And then we go down into that little groove there. And we work Shenmen point as well. And then we go down to 0.0, what is there? There. And obviously we go down and there's the spleen. I can't actually show it to you, it's very, very close to this bit here. But if you go back on the video bit where I have the paper chart or the plastic here, you will be able to see it better. It's sort of around there. And then the adrenal gland over here. Okay, and these are today's points. So I would like to ask Alan to lay back in my chair like that. And I would like to go back to the fact that this week, obviously, life started up a bit more in the UK. And I would like to say that it's not just working these points, but we need to try to calm ourselves down as well, because a lot of people are getting in a state where they're getting really stressed out because of what's happening now outside, or because they can't actually go back to work yet. Like myself, I can't go back to work yet. And then I think the breathing techniques could come in very handy just to calm ourselves down. So I would like to ask Ellen now to just take a few deep breaths in and out, and then when you're actually taking the breath in through your nose, and then you need to breathe out through your mouth. Okay, do this exercise a few times a day, or you can hold your breath as well in between, so you can breathe in for 4, hold your breath for 4, and then breathe out for 4. However it's working for you, just please do some deep breathing as well. It's very, very important, because we tend to forget about our breathing, and we just start to hyperventilate sometimes, and we get really stressed. Okay, close your eyes please. Right, so just take a deep breath in, and in again. Thank you, lovely assistant. Okay, it's here. It's me here back in the chair again. I hope you enjoyed today's topic. We enjoy putting it together again, as every week until now. Hope you are staying safe. Oh, excuse me, I think I should say staying alert. We need to stay safe and alert as well at the minute. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just please don't hesitate to message me or call me up if you know my phone number. And hope to see you next week. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.